You are absolutely in the right place at the right time. I'm here today with the very illustrious founder of the 40 plus Double Dutch Club, Pamela Pelt-Robinson. Hey, Pam, how you doing over there today in Chicago?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Listen, if I was any better, I couldn't stand it. Or like a guy from my job used to say, he used to be real corny. Hey, if I was, I'd have to be twins to, you have to be twins to experience it double even twice as much. So yeah, I didn't say it right, but yeah,
We get the point.
yeah, got the crickets. Yeah, we leave that one alone. The crickets say, "Shut up, man." Crickets shut up. But yeah, we're just glad to have you on the show today. And hey, before we start now, you know, I'm native New Yorker, and Pam's Chicago. So we were talking a little bit about pizza. So I said, Pam, I heard there's like a rift going on, between New York and Chicago pizza.
No.
Pam, tell them what you told me.
Well, there's no riff. I mean, New York pizza cannot compare to Chicago pizza. So there's no conversation. There's no question. I'm from Chicago. I will not eat New York pizza. I tried it once and had to choke it down, and I never do that again. But I get that you don't understand that because you haven't had Chicago pizza, so you don't know what it's supposed to taste like. So I understand.
Woo! Boy, I tell you what, she gave me the jug by the handle. I told Pam I ain't gonna let that dampen our relationship though. We cousins. She's still my cousin Pam. So I ain't gonna let that dampen our relationship. But we're glad to have all of you here today with Pamela Pelt-Robinson, founder of the 40 plus Double Dutch Club. We're gonna go ahead and run this promo, and we're gonna be right back.
Coming at ya, bomb style disaster. Coming at ya, at ya. Tell you when it's master. Coming at ya, bomb style disaster. Coming at ya, at ya. Tell you when it's master. Coming at ya.
We're back with Pam Pelt-Robinson, founder of the 40 plus Double Dutch Club. I don't know why I want to say that over 40. I better stop that for those ladies. Send me some messages. I don't want them ladies to jack me up. Of the 40 plus.
40 plus.
That's right. Believed to have its probable origins, the ancient Phoenicians, Egyptian and Chinese rope makers, and brought over to the Hudson River trading town of New Amsterdam, now New York City, by Dutch settlers. It is said the English saw the children playing their game and called it Double Dutch. Pam Pelt, Pelt-Robinson and the 40 Plus Double Dutch Club are capturing lightning in a bottle with Double Dutch. And Pam, let me just say again how glad I am to have you on our show today. I'm so thankful to have you here. And I tell you, it's just a phenomenal thing that you guys do up in Double Dutch rope. Let me ask you this question. This is a question I don't have on here, but I wanted to ask this question. The first time you picked up that rope, but you were jumping rope all along because y'all used to. But I was going to say, were you ever sore?
No, I'm not. But some of our ladies, yeah, they get sore when they jump because especially if you haven't jumped for years, because most of us stopped jumping rope when we were in like junior high school. And some women hadn't jumped for 20, 30, 40 years. Our oldest jumper is 81 years old. So if you haven't jumped for decades and you just get out there and start jumping, then yeah, you probably are going to be sore. So for my meetups, when I have people come to the meetups that I'm over here in Chicago, I give out Epsom salt, a little bag of Epsom salt for all of our new members. Yes,
that's right.
Soreness might happen. We got to stretch before we jump and everything. It's a little different than it was when we were kids.
81 years old?
Yep, 81 years old. Still jumping.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's awesome. And that's really awesome. Pam, have you ever having you here with me today, as I was saying earlier, is a bit nostalgic. I remember stepping on the schoolyard with a pocket full of marbles. I remember girls playing pitty pat and singing Rockin' Robin. Boys and girls in the dirt, destroying their knees on their jeans, shooting marbles. And then there were the girls that were jumping double dutch. That was the biggest box office draw in the schoolyard. It was. Yeah, nobody else was getting any love. Double Dutch was getting all the love. Take me back to your first Double Dutch experience growing up in Chicago.
Oh gosh, I can't remember my first experience. I just know that that's all we did when we were growing up. We probably started when we were around 7 or 8 years old. I don't even know how I learned. I think my cousin Lynn, who lived in Chicago, I lived in the suburbs. So I have a cousin who was actually from the city, and she probably taught my sisters and I how to jump. Or I don't know, because my mother jumped too. So she might have taught us. I don't know how we learned. I just know this is what all the little girls used to do all day long, from the time we could get outside, all summer long, from the time we could go outside to play until the street lights came on. We were out there jumping double dutch with anybody who wanted to jump. It was like an instant friendship. All you had to do was walk outside with your rope. There was somebody to jump with. And so that's, I mean, a huge childhood memory, and it's just part of our culture.
Awesome. Thank you, ma'am. We've got Lisa El Izzo. I call her El Izzo. She's watching. She said, "Yay, Chicago!" And Lisa says, she says, "Wow." Lisa says, "I always wanted to learn." So, what would you say to Lisa if she wanted to learn how to jump double dutch?
I would say it's never too late to learn. My younger sister, I'm 50. My younger sister is 45, and we have an older sister who's 51. So my older sister and I, we jumped all the time. Our little sister, we probably stopped jumping when we were around 12 or 13. So that means she was around 7 or 8. Well, we stopped jumping, and so we didn't really have time to teach her, because by the time, at 12 or 13, we're into boys now. We're done jumping double dutch. That's over. It was time for her to learn. We tried to teach her. She didn't catch on real quick. And so we just said, forget it. And so she just learned when she joined the 40 Plus Double Dutch group. So she probably learned last year at the age of 44. But she's jumping now. So it's never too late. And she's like, I got all these new sisters since my biological sisters didn't teach me. And I'm like, hey man, we tried, but we were on to bigger and better things by the time it was time to teach you how to jump. But she learned now, so she's good.
That's right. She got it down the road.
Exactly. She got to check that off of her bucket list because she always wanted to jump, and now she can. It's great.
Oh, Lisa said awesome. So Lisa, there's hope for you.
Yep. And if she's over 40, she could join one of our groups and we will teach her.
Do you have a South Carolina chapter?
Do we have what?
A South Carolina chapter.
We have several groups in South Carolina. We're all over. We got South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Boston, Texas, Phoenix. We got a group in Israel. We got a group in Canada. We're all over. New York, several groups in New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia.
Worldwide.
Everywhere. Washington, D.C., Virginia, Maryland. We're everywhere.
Wow. So to me, double Dutch to me, Pam, is a dance. There's a rhythm to it. As a matter of fact, double Dutch is attributed to being the roots of hip hop. It was big in the hip hop scene in a period of time. The Fantastic Four coined the double Dutch girls from McDonald's fame, who toured in 1982 with Fab Five Freddy, Grandmaster Flash, DST, and the Rocksteady crew. A lot of young people don't know that, but see, I know what I'm talking about today. We're from the early roots of hip hop. KRS-One, in a Harvard lecture called Double Dutch, one of the core elements of hip hop. How important is it to you to pass on double Dutch to the next generation? And is double Dutch a missing piece of Black culture?
I definitely think that double Dutch is a great part of Black culture, and it's it's become a lost art because most of the younger generation does not know how. Not only do they not know how to jump double Dutch, they don't know how to jump single rope because they're so into their phones and their computers. There's no app for double Dutch, so you can't learn that watching YouTube, or you can't do that on Instagram and on Snapchat and Twitter. You actually have to get out the house and jump. And sadly, a lot of our young people are not interested. So rather than just letting it die, we decided, okay, we're going to start jumping. The young people can see us, and then maybe that will re-spark the interest in double Dutch.
Awesome. Lisa said, thank you. I'm 53, coming to Chicago soon. My son will be going to college there.
Okay. Well, join us.
You heard it, Lisa. You heard it. You heard it here first. I'm going to show this clip. Let's get over here. Check this clip out. Where is it? I believe this is the clip.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. We're over 40 and trying to stay fit. These women want to get together. To a lot of these women, this group is essential.
It is absolutely important. It has been a lifesaver for me, and I know countless others.
They not only want to get together, we need to get together. And so here we are. The 40 Plus Double Dutch Club is a group of women over 40 who get together to relive old memories and create new ones. So it's all about friendship, fitness, fun, and now fellowship. We started our group with local women. Our group went from about 50 local Chicago women to 12,000 members now. And we have a group that started in Israel a few weeks ago. We're all over. There are women over 40 everywhere who have become a part of this movement.
I was on a sabbatical because I had lost my husband, and I just happened to see them on Facebook. My heart just began to beat fast because I had been saying to myself, what am I going to do? From the moment I came out, they have welcomed me, they have encouraged me, and I'm just thankful for them.
When the coronavirus hit and we had to do the mandatory quarantine, we stopped for a while and we stayed in touch virtually through our Facebook group page. But the moment we could come back out, everyone was on board because it's essential for their physical health, their emotional health, their spiritual health. And so women need this type of group. So we had to put some safety measures in place. We have masks are required. We have plastic gloves. We do contactless temperature checks. We have a sign-in sheet where people have to answer questions about whether they've been affected or come in contact with anyone who they think may have coronavirus. So we do a few things to make sure that we are being as safe as possible.
Once we were able to come outside and meet in small groups, it was like the sun came out. It's just the love that you feel once you get out here from the ladies. They're so encouraging, and they make you feel like you're glad to be seen.
When we're jumping rope, it takes us back to our childhood, back to before stress, before husbands, kids, jobs, before adulting. It's also an opportunity for us to bond with each other and fellowship with each other. This is something that we need in order to make sure that we are staying as healthy as possible in every way.
Pam, from a barbecue suggestion where you would bring the rope to 12,000 members worldwide, a chapter in Israel, and people sending videos doing double dutch from Jamaica. What does that say to you about rising small beginnings? And did you ever fathom your vision would blow up like it has?
I did not. So my co-founder, Katrina, and I were just talking about this yesterday, and how we never could have imagined that this group would go from where it started with me just trying to come up with something to do to make me smile, basically, because I was going through a pretty hard time, to a nationwide group, a worldwide group now of almost 15,000 women. But it just really shows how God can do exceedingly abundantly more than you could ever ask, think, or imagine, because we could never have asked, thought, or imagined that it would be where it is right now, and that it would be touching and impacting so many women's lives.
Awesome. Lisa chimed back in. Lisa said, well, I already said, put that up there. Lisa said she's signing up, and she says, so inspiring. And it is inspiring. And that absolutely is inspiring. I read where you mentioned, Pam, that double dutch for you was therapeutic. As I heard testimonials from cancer survivors, women experiencing the loss of their husbands, and being at their wits' end. What has double dutch, beside building rapport and camaraderie, been able to give back to the over 40 crowd?
It's been able to give us a piece of our childhood back. It's been able to take us back to a time before we had to deal with all of the stresses of life. So we get together and it's like we're kids again. So we're doing all those things you mentioned that you all used to see girls doing on the playground. We play double dutch. We play the pity pat games, Tweedlee, you know, the rock and robin game. We play hopscotch. We hula hoop. We do Chinese rope. We play duck, duck, goose, red light, green light. All of those things that we did when we were growing up. And sometimes we might be in the parking lot of a public park, and there's actual young kids there playing on the park equipment, and they stop and they look at us like, what are those old ladies doing? And we like, y'all stay in a child's place and let us keep doing what we're doing over here. We are having good old-fashioned fun. And it's amazing, because even if we just meet once a week for an hour a week, that 1 hour, you are back to a place where you don't have any worries, no cares in the world. And it's something that if we could bottle it and sell it, we would be rich.
Absolutely. Do you how do you feel that double dutch empowers women, and is there a chance to pass it on to future generations?
I definitely think there's a chance, because as I said before, if we're bringing it back out to the forefront and the young girls, the younger generations are seeing us, then that's inspiring them possibly to get out and try to do it themselves. Because as you said, it's a dance, there's a rhythm, it looks cool, it looks like fun. So maybe they'll be inspired to put down their phones and get in the ropes. And so we're all for that.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. And Lisa says she loves it. Lisa says, I love it. Lisa's eating it up. Do you feel double dutch has allowed you, and well, you already said that it allowed you guys to capture your childhood memories. So I'm not gonna ask that question. But Pamela, you posted on your Facebook page, there may come a time when you fall short of a goal, when you disappoint yourself or someone else, or when you realize you aren't where you thought you would be, or when your life just isn't turning out the way you thought it would. But don't give up. Get up. Better things are coming. And the comeback is always stronger than the setback. What would you say today to a viewer or a listener that feels like a disappointment in their lives or is stuck in the aftermath and the ashes of a setback?
We all have setbacks. I tell people all the time, we all go through something. We don't all go through the same thing, but we all go through something. And we just need to know that there is hope for a brighter day. And it might not be double dutch for you. It might be something else for each individual person, but there's always something that you can do. If God ends one chapter in your life, that means he's got something else planned for you. There's another chapter that's going to have an even better ending than you could have ever thought of on your own.
Absolutely. I'm going to start calling you evangelist now. All right, Pam, I'm gonna show this clip because this clip intrigued me. When I saw it, I love this clip. I'm gonna show this real quick. I don't own the rights to that sound now, so double Dutch people don't come looking for me now.
Right.
I don't own the rights to that sound, but that I saw Hopscotch, but I never heard of African hop. How long has that been around?
So we had never heard of African hopscotch either. Last year, I think it was in July. It was the day we filmed that video was the first day any of us had heard of African hopscotch. It was trending on social media, and so I think 4 or 5 people had inboxed me a video of some Brazilian girls, some little Brazilian girls doing this African hopscotch, and I was like, "What is that? It's cute, but what is it?" And it was just some little girls doing it. So when I had a meetup that day in the Chicagoland area, and one of my other members, who's a brand ambassador, she was like, "Somebody sent me this video of African hopscotch and they challenged us and said we couldn't do it." And I'm like, "Oh goodness, they can't tell these ladies that there's a challenge." Challenges don't sit well with us. So they were like, they challenged us, so we got to do this and we got to do it good. And so we practiced that day. We had to get some duct tape and lay down the duct tape and We were like, okay, this is what the little girls did. We're going to do what they did. But we did not use their music. They were doing it to some kind of Congo music or something. I was like, nah, we're using our own music. We're putting our own spin on this thing. So we used the double Dutch bus and we filmed it and we posted it and the video went viral. And we were like, wow, okay. So then we see all of these people all over the world. We see all different, we see families and men and football teams and young kids all doing the African hopscotch off of the double Dutch bus. And we're like, okay, we know they saw us because the little Brazilian girls were doing it off of some totally different music. So if they're using the double Dutch bus, they saw ours and they were inspired to do this based on what they saw us doing. And so that whole thing has been amazing. So now we do African hopscotch at all of our meetups. And you know, African hopscotch isn't from back in the day. We've incorporated that into what we do as a team because it's a great way to get some extra cardio. And I mean, you're dancing, you're having fun, and it's cute. And we always want to be cute.
That's right. You're cute now. I saw you with the swagger at the end. That's why I held out, because you did the little swagger at the end.
Right. Most people don't watch it all the way through to the end. That's funny.
Yeah, because I was intrigued because I said, you know what? I said African hopscotch. I said, okay, I never heard of that before. I was thinking that I was lost, but thank you. You helped me out with that. You blessed me with that because I thought maybe I missed something. And Lisa Izzo says, okay, Cornell, you and me and Annette, we have to try this. Well, Lisa, I'm gonna watch you and Annette now. You know, Annette fuss too much. We like oil and water. I can see Annette getting on my nerve with this African hopscotch right now. We'll be fighting all day. But we gotta try it. Yeah, we can try. But so and from what I heard just now is that the 40 plus double Dutch club is taking anytime you have a challenge, send them a challenge, huh?
Oh yeah, they take challenges. We take challenges very seriously. Okay. Very, very seriously. All right. Yeah, don't challenge us. Don't do it.
All right, I'll remember that.
Right. I got ladies that are doing cartwheels and splits in the rope because somebody said that we were too old. My co-founder, so we were watching the ladies in the Fantastic Four. They're in our group now. So I haven't actually met them, but they're in our group. They're on our group page on Facebook. So when we were planning our national convention before the pandemic came and changed our plans, they were planning on coming and speaking and talking to us and jumping with us and everything. So we were looking at one of their old videos, and they have a video where one of them jumps over the other one's head into the rope. And so I jokingly mentioned it to Katrina, my co-founder, and some of our ambassadors. I was like, man, I bet we can't do this. So check out the videos. We did it.
Y'all did it?
Yeah. So I'm sitting on the floor. I'm sitting on the floor. Katrina jumps over my head. Katrina don't have good sense, especially when it comes to a challenge. She is not going to let a challenge. Nah.
Well, listen, the next time you come on, you gotta bring Katrina with you, because Katrina one, huh?
Oh yeah, she's a daredevil. But like I said, I got other ones. They do cartwheels and splits in the rope. They do all kind of stuff. I just turn. I'm like, okay, I'll turn for you. I'll turn. Y'all not gonna have me. I'm 50. Yeah. Y'all not gonna have me breaking bones.
But you gassing them up though. You said, I don't know if y'all can do that. Right. The 40 plus double Dutch club does more than jump rope. Right. Last Christmas, you spread the love in Chicago. Tell us a little bit about that, Pam.
So we were thinking about the fact that we need to start doing more than just jumping rope. We have a great time whenever we get together, and we do other things. We started doing jump bys, going over to some of our members. If we know we have a member who's experiencing a difficult time, if they haven't been able to get out, if they're going through a depression and we find out about it, then a group of us will get together and go to their house and just, kind of get them out of that sad space and just bring a little joy. But Katrina and I were talking in December, and we were saying, we need to take it outside of just our group and actually try to spread the love to other people as well in our community who might need a little extra love. So we said we were going to go out to some of the homeless populations in the Chicagoland area. And then we encourage our other groups across the nation to do the same thing in their communities. And we wanted to create these blessing bags and take them to them. So that's what we did. But when we got there for our Chicago group, when we got to the area, the tent area where the people were living outside, and, you know, we got the bags with gloves and socks and little snacks and hand warmers and stuff, because it's cold in Chicago in December. We dropped off our bags, but then we stayed and we jumped rope with them. And it was mostly men out there. And some of them jumped, some of them turned, some of them danced while we were jumping and turning. We did African hopscotch for them. And they were saying, we were there for about an hour and a half the first time we went out. And they were like, you know what? You all didn't just come and just drop off bags to us. Y'all actually spent time with us. And so we said, we're not going to just do that at Christmas time, because there were so many other groups and organizations dropping stuff off to them, but we were the only ones that stayed. And so we said, we don't want to just provide the essential things that we think they need during the holiday times, because need doesn't end in December. You know, it's year round. So we need to make sure we're doing something. We committed to doing something at least once a month for someone that's for people that are either homeless or living in group homes or shelters or something, but giving back of our time and our resources at least once a month. So that's something else that we have incorporated in addition to jumping double dutch. But like I said, we jump double dutch while we're out there, because who doesn't love double dutch?
Everybody loves double dutch.
Everybody loves double dutch.
Everybody loves double dutch. I tell you, they used to get the box office draw in the schoolyard.
We still get the box office draw.
That's right. You still the box office draw, right?
Still the box office draw.
Oh man, I tell you, Pam, you redefine the concept of granny, because I see your grandmother. No cane, no liniment, no church candy, no light mustache.
Nah.
You bike, you box, you hula hoop, you rock climb, you run, and play African hopscotch.
Right.
Fitness and double dutch attributed to your fountain of youth?
I'm assuming it has. I think God has a plan for everyone. I mean, I know he has a plan for everyone. And I think part of the reason that he has preserved me the way he is for such a time as this. I had no idea why. I mean, when people would see me, they're like, oh my gosh, you look so young. And I'm like, I don't know why. I'm not doing anything special, really. I'm not. But I think that God has a plan for all of us, and we have no idea what God's plan is for us. We just have to make sure that when we ask him for direction, we actually listen and follow his directions. And so that's what I've done. And I feel like this is all a part of his plan.
Amen. 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 My cousin Arthur Rivers is tuning in. Thank you for looking out. For watching, Arthur. Arthur says y'all rock. And yeah, Arthur, they do.
Thank you, Arthur.
So Pamela, and I saw you with the beads and the American flag. That picture, I pictured it in the video. How important as a woman of color was Vice President Kamala Harris taking office for you?
Well, that was amazing. Just seeing how far we've come, that we even have someone who looks like us actually in such a high office, you know, something that we didn't know we would ever see in our lifetime. So that was amazing. And for younger girls to see that is such an inspiration, not only for us, but to them as well, because they can actually attain that. Now they know this is attainable because look, we've seen it. We're seeing it. We're living it.
And I'm going to show one more clip, because this clip right here just really tripped me out. I'm not going to show the whole clip, but I'm going to have to show a little bit of this clip because I love this clip.
On the wall, I got to see the next play basketball. Checkbook, credit card, more money than a sucker could ever spend. I give a second dollar job and a $100 job till I ever get. Everybody said hotel, motel, holiday inn. Girlfriends are acting out.
Oh yeah, that looks like. I think that's our North Carolina group.
That's your
The
North
Charlotte.
Carolina group.
Uh-huh.
All right, and hey, I don't own the rights to Rappers Delight. Hey, you can't talk trash because Rappers Delight belong to us anyway.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. The camaraderie, it's like a sisterhood.
It is.
It's like a sisterhood.
Absolutely.
And have you seen people's lives transform as they've joined the club?
It's absolutely a sisterhood. There's no other way to describe it. I just got back from Phoenix, Arizona. A few of the brand ambassadors and I flew out to Phoenix. My son goes to school at Arizona State, my youngest son. But we also have an amazing group of women led by Janet Wright and Lolita Lofton in Arizona. And so we're like, okay, we did a virtual talent show. Their group won the virtual talent show. So we said, okay, we're going to fly out and give them their trophy for the talent show. So we flew out there a couple of weeks ago. While we were there, my sister was having a lot of stomach pains. And so we found out that I had to take her to the emergency room. We were only supposed to be there for 3 days. Took her to the emergency room. They said she had to have emergency surgery and she could not fly back with us. So I called, of course, her husband was aware of everything. So he flew to Arizona. As soon as he found out she was going to have surgery, I couldn't stay because they were only going to let one person see her in the hospital. So I flew home, he flew in, and I called my Arizona group members and they picked him up from the airport, took him to get him something to eat. They were there available for whatever my sister needed. They said they would be willing to cook food, do whatever they had to do to make sure that she was comfortable. So I felt okay going home because I knew between her husband and my Arizona group, and then my mother happened to have a friend down there who let my sister stay with her. My sister just came back Tuesday. I had to fly back down and bring her back. When I flew back down there, my Arizona ladies made sure they drove me around wherever I needed to go. So it is definitely a sisterhood. I know that anywhere I go, if I have a group there, I can call them and they will be there for me and anybody else in this group. If you got this shirt and you're one of our members, then you can go wherever and you have some sisters there. Wherever we have a group, that's a sisterhood. You see my sister in the background? She's not even supposed to be on this.
She's making a cameo.
I don't understand. I'm at her house, but there are several rooms in her house. Several. But it's okay because she got on her gear. As long as you got your gear on, you're okay. You can be in the shot this time. It's fine.
Oh God. Pam. Oh goodness. Pam, you got 61 and 65-year-old women doing the hula hoop. Over 40.
I have 74-year-old women doing the hula hoop. My mother is here too. My mother learned how to hula hoop coming out to Double Dutch meetups because she's had knee replacement and all kind of other health issues, but she could still hula hoop. And she was like, well, I don't know how to hula hoop, but they taught her. We have some hula hoop experts in our group. This lady named Yvette took my mother, and Yvette is, I think, 63. She took my mother under her wing and showed her how to hula hoop. Now my mother is the hula hooping queen at 74 years old.
You know what? I have tried to hula hoop all my life. What is the secret to hula hooping?
Mom, what's the secret to hula hooping? She said, you got to put one foot out. And a good teacher. And a good hula hoop instructor.
One foot out and a good hula hoop instructor.
Right.
Well, I'm going to go with what Mom said now. Mom said that you heard her first. Mom said that you have to have one foot out and a good hula hoop instructor. So I guess I never had a good hula hoop instructor. It was. So anybody that grew up with me, you suck at the hula hoop instructor. I just want you to know that right now. Pam, my last question. what would you say about your journey thus far?
It's been an amazing journey thus far. If someone had told me this time 5 years ago that I would be right here in this space right now, I would have thought it was laughable. I mean, I was married. I've been married for almost 20 years. I was thinking that, I was about to be an empty nester. My husband and I were planning on spending the rest of our lives together. I thought he had other plans, but so did God. And God's plans are always better than our plans. So this is not how I thought my journey would be, but it is so much more amazing than anything I could have thought. And I can't even begin to imagine where else it's going to lead to, what else it's going to lead to, because it's so far exceeded all of my expectations. So I'm just excited to see what else God has in store for me, for Katrina, for our Double Dutch group, and for this movement.
Pam, I just want to thank you for coming and being with us today. I want to thank you for what you're doing to bring people together in such a divided time in the United States. I want to thank you for Double Dutch, because I love Double Dutch. Mom, how you doing,
Yes,
Mom?
that's my mother.
How you doing?
Okay, I'm proud of my daughter and Katrina and all of the women who have just decided that they're going to jump aboard. And the ambassadors, it's just been amazing. So amazing.
I thank you so much for jumping on the camera.
No way.
I came in the room. You might as well get the shot down, sis.
You almost cut in time, but you waited a little too late, and now here they come.
It's a family affair.
Next time I'll do it from my own house.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. I thank you for coming on. You and your family. Your family is lovely and wonderful. I thank you. I thank you for the great vibes you're sending. And hey, listen, I'm gonna have to try some of that Chicago pizza.
You do need to try some of the Chicago pizza. That's for sure. If we didn't learn anything else in this whole conversation, that should be your takeaway.
Yeah, I'm gonna try Chicago pizza now, but
okay.
I'm still like New York, but I'm gonna go ahead and try Chicago pizza. Lisa says
Beggars or Giordano's. Beggars or Giordano's.
Beggars or Giordano's.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna tell them you sent me.
Do that.
I'm gonna say, hey, Pam sent me, man.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. Lisa sends a heart out to Mom. So once again, we want to thank you all for tuning in. We have had the rich pleasure today of having the great, the wonderful Pamela Pelt-Robinson, founder of the 40 Plus Double Dutch Club. Hey, that's right. We had a mom and a beautiful sister too, a beautiful mom and a beautiful sister. And hey, all of you out there, we just want to say to you, thank you for tuning in today. Join. Check them out on Facebook. They've got chapters all over.
Yes, go to our Facebook group page, answer the membership questions. The most important question is, how old are you? You have to be 40 years old, not 36, not 37 and a half, not even 39. You have to be 40 plus. But go to our Facebook group page, answer the questions to join us.
That's right. So if you're 20, I'm sorry, can't get in. Have a wonderful day. Until next time, this is Cornell Johnson signing off of TMC.
Those are awesome.
Growth up and block. It was done the whole distance. You did.